would y'all do with $250K?
Probably start a business.
Yeah, make more money.
Go to Vegas.
Go to Vegas, gamble it all.
Put it on black.
Hey, I have a question for you. On that little tangent,
Yeah.
why do Viet people like gambling so much? I've noticed that Viet motherfuckers love gambling.
That is a great question. I think it's that thrill, right? It's that thrill of taking that chance to get something, from it. I don't think people gamble to think about losing. People gamble to try and get to that next point in their, whatever they're trying to get at, right?
Do you gamble?
I do. I dabble.
He does.
You sports gamble?
Dabble just a little bit.
Yeah, my boy Nia got me into the baccarat game and actually had a lot of fun playing it. But I think like Vietnamese people, like actually a lot of people in my family do have not gambling problem, but they do dabble in gambling, and that's what I see in them, right? I think I see like they're trying to fix their financial situation, or they're just trying to like pay for that vacation that they're already on, right? That's what I see when it gets bad.
Ooh.
For me personally, I like to gamble because it's fun.
Okay.
Like when you're sitting there, putting
And
it
then
on
you
black or
just
red or
win.
just playing blackjack, it's thrilling. It's an adrenaline rush. So that's what I think about it. I know Chinese people gamble too. So
They do.
They do.
I'm curious, like, do you guys?
I think it's an
Do some
Asian thing
gambling?
in general.
I think
it's-
so too. Because Filipinos also do it.
To be fair, I think everyone gambles, but I'm not going to lie. I feel Viet people have the biggest stigma when it comes to
Yeah.
gambling. Maybe it's because we're around a lot of Viet people, but
Yeah.
in my mind, I remember before I asked you, I was like, why do so many Viet people play like Counter-Strike? You're like, oh, because there's parlors and like PC bongs inside in Vietnam where all they do is play Counter-Strike. So when you ask for the gambling thing, all I can think about is in Vietnam, are there a bunch of poker parlors and like gambling parlors just to play in?
That's a good point too. It's a part of the culture. Like, like they're in that people gamble with like their families, or they go on the street and like they play like the fish.
Yeah,
like
the six fish
Yeah.
store
We
in the
call it
bowl.
like the boku kangua. Yeah, you shake it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
put money on it.
I see
So-
that in everybody's IG at family, like was it on like Lunar New Year's?
Lunar New Year.
I see everybody's family playing that game. You have a whole bunch of little kids and they're playing with dollars and stuff like that. Y'all bread.
So that's like in our culture, right? And then I think some people take it a little bit too far, right? That's all they can think about, or they're working hard to get to that point. And you've seen families or you've seen people be destroyed by it, so it sucks. And we don't want to see that to happen. But for me personally, I like to do it because it's fun. I don't think I'm trying to get out of my situation by gambling at all.
What if you hit it like really big one day?
That's where you would want to go. I mean, that's the thrill that he's talking about. He's
If I
like,
had $250K and let's just say I wanted gambling, the responsible thing would be to save it and invest it. But I mean, fuck it. I think what I would do is just like spread the wealth. Share with the family, throw a party for my friends, live it up.
250,000.
You said Filipino people like to gamble a lot too.
Yeah, I think it's definitely in there. I mean, like when my grandma was still alive, we would like get at any chance that we get to go to the casino because they did live in Vegas.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, really?
Lord.
Yeah.
Wait, are you from Vegas?
No, my aunt had lived there, and then my grandma, she lived with them, and they lived probably like 30 minutes off the strip, but there was like another casino we would just go to that was like 10 minutes, and she would go and just on the slots
So why
the whole time, and then we would go bingo, and she would be on there. She would give us money. She would have money for herself.
I feel like
So-
I noticed that every time we've gone to Vegas and we go to like the casinos, it's always the old people in the slots.
Yeah, because I feel like it's easy. Just ding.
Have y'all played?
I
have.
I don't really do slots personally. I find the table games a lot more fun. You guys gamble like when you go to Vegas? You dabble?
I did it one time. So I went with my ex one time, and I was careful with it. I was like, all right. She's like, yeah, you should do it. It's fun, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, listen. All right, I'm going to watch you. Because I think like, when we was dating, we were like, she went maybe like 2 or 3 times like before I actually did it. I was like, all right, look, I'll go with you.
Okay.
And I'm going to watch you play. And I'm going to learn. And so literally, I watched her play, try to get the feel of it. And I came home, and then it was blackjack.
Yeah.
And I started watching videos and tutorials. And I'm like, all right, how do I play blackjack in the casinos, blah, blah. I was doing research and doing everything.
Thinking like the Zach Galifianakis meme from Hangover.
Yeah. And I was like learning stuff about like, yeah, you gotta like, you can't play by yourself. Sometimes you have to like take one for the team, and like you have to like set up the guy next to you to win, and because the next time they'll set you up to win or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I got it. And I did it for like a week, and then the next time I say, all right, I did my research, but I want to watch one more time. Like now that I know a little bit, I want to watch how this game was, and then like basically act like I'm playing. And I was like, all right, I got this. And so the third time I went after learning, I was like, all right, I'm down. Took $300 with me, and I was like, all right, let's do this.
How'd we do?
I was up. I was winning. For the first hour, I was like up,
go.
like a couple hundred. I was like, I like this. I like this. And then my ex, she was like, she was losing. I was winning. And she said, I don't like this table. I don't like this seat. Can we move to another table? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, let's go, bro. Let's go. I don't care. Like in my mind, I was probably thinking like, this is like 5 years. I was probably thinking like, yo, I'm him. I'm him right now.
Yeah.
And so we go to another table. We walk around. She's like, all right, let's go sit right here. This one's a good table. Sat down. I'm still happy. I'm like, let's get this. I'm trying to win a couple more $100. And then next thing I know, I proceeded to lose every single hand after sitting down and lost everything. I'm like, all right, can we go home now? I'm done.
No.
I'm done. And from that day on, I said, you know what? I am never gambling again.
You should have stayed in your hot seat.
I should have stayed in my hot seat. You are correct. But you know what? That is neither here nor there because I am never going to play gamble again.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. That's good. Like you can resist the temptation